Hello and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews, and today I'm happy to take you up to Nagano Prefecture in the central part of Japan, and we're going to look at some beers from one of my favorite breweries, and that is Shiga Kogen beer, also part of the Tamamura-Honten group. And Shiga Kogen started in 2003 and started producing beer in 2004. Tamamura-Honten is actually a sake brewery, and they go back to 1805. And in 2003, a man named Sato Eigo joined Tamamura-Honten and started the Shiga Kogen beer line, and he began producing beer in 2004. And they produce a wide variety of beers. If you go on their website, you can see many kinds. And of special note are their bottled barrel-aged Yamabushi series, which have been aged and blended, and really some fantastic kind of oak-aged beers. The Yamabushi series is one you should probably try if you're interested in Japanese craft beer. Shiga Kogen also is notable for growing some of their own ingredients. They try to use at least 20% of hops that they have grown in all their beers, and in the Yamabushi series, 100% of their own hops. And the hops are generally that they use are generally Shinshu Wase. They do grow other varieties, but Shinshu Wase is the most famous variety grown in Japan, actually. And they also they have a tap room next to the brewery called the Teppa Room, where you can go and try 8 different types of beer and buy things like coffee, desserts, and T-shirts and that sort of thing. I did get a T-shirt there, and I visited there once, quite a few years ago, 10 years ago or so maybe. And they have a place called the Farmhouse up the road a bit, and that is a restaurant as well. And very close by they have a sake museum, and you can learn a lot about the history and the production of sake if you're interested in that. And we're going to look at a series of different beers from Shiga Kogen, and I will introduce them one by one. And I'm sorry, I should mention also their music festival, which, to my knowledge, hasn't been held since the beginning of COVID, but it used to be a great event called Snow Monkey Live. Yes, Snow Monkeys. They have hot springs in that area, and the monkeys in that area like to sit in the hot springs. So Snow Monkey Live was a beer and music festival, and I don't know much about the music that they had, but they invited some of the most interesting brewers in Japan and from abroad as well. I never got to go, but some friends of mine went a few times as well. Snow Monkey Live. Okay, well, let's get into the beer that we're going to look at from Shiga Kogen Brewery. And here we have a beer from Shiga Kogen, Tamamura-Honten, Shiga Kogen in Yamanouchi, Nagano Prefecture. This one is called Shiga Kogen Habanero Man IPA, and it is an IPA. It's an imperial IPA, actually, at 8% alcohol by volume, 71 international bittering units, so it's up there in both categories here. What's special about this one, of course, though, is that it uses habanero peppers in it, and it's made with habanero peppers from a farm called Mellow Habanero in Osaka Prefecture, not Nagano. And in the past they had apparently released one called 1T, which I assume is ton, 1T IPA Habanero. And this is quite a little bit slightly different version. This one is uses the same malt, the Maris Otter malt from England. It specifies English malt, and on their website they do describe it as the Maris Otter, which is it's a wonderful malt. So this is the same malt that's used in their flagship House IPA, which in the past used to be one of the best IPAs in Japan, and it might still be. I haven't had it for quite a while. It also uses 3 types of U.S. hops, unspecified, and one new variety from New Zealand. And who was making it? I think, was it Kyoto Brewing? Was it Kyoto Brewing making using a new hop from New Zealand, something related to Nelson Sauvin, I believe. This one uses fully ripe habaneros, hence the orange color, and the other one that they made with habanero peppers, the Super Saison, is made with unripe ones, green ones, and I will review that in due time as well. And so 5,926 bottles may still be available on the website, I'm not sure. This one was produced in February 2024, so we are 1 year away from that. This is February 2025, so it's been sitting in the bottle for a year, and we'll see how it goes. Habanero peppers, yeah. I've had peppers in darker beers for sure. Which one is it? Inda Kunindra. Who made that? Ballast Point, was it? Some people hated that, but that was quite peppery. Peppers tend to work well in dark beers, just as peppers kind of match chocolate. So we'll see how this goes. This is not a dark beer. It is an IPA, an Imperial IPA. No ratings on Rate Beer. Rest in peace, Rate Beer. And on Untapped, 117 ratings when I checked, and the average was 3.79. This one cost me 594 yen, and I bought it from the their online shop. And that would be $3.80 in US dollar terms, and in euros, 3.65. €3.65. So I'm interested in how this will work out. I do like spicy food. I don't always like spicy beer. I grew up with a variety of Mexican food from the time I was very, very young, and I have lived in Korea as well. Very spicy food, of course. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, so let's open this one up. I have my bottle opener from Zips Liquors in Minneapolis, East Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. One of the best liquor shops in Minnesota for sure. Okay, so habaneros. It is a kind of moderately orange tinted beer. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Aroma. Okay, there's something definitely lightly vegetal here. Something quite fruity as well, like very, very ripe fruit, overripe fruit. I'm getting a little tinge of something peppery as well. Interesting, but basically it has kind of full sort of overripe fruitiness to the nose. Oh my, oh my. Okay, it starts out with a nice blast of fruitiness. Quite malty. Peppers take over right away in mid-palate, and wow, you do feel it. So it must be the combination of the bittering hop and the habanero, but it is definitely got some heat to it. You know, I think the hops and the habanero. What is it? Capacins. The element that produces heat from peppers, spiciness. Wow, this is unusual. The habaneros come in like kind of a rich fruitiness, kind of like a rich kind of stone fruit, maybe something like apple and something deeper. What's a fruity vegetable? I guess pumpkin, something like pumpkin perhaps. Yeah, interesting. Maybe a hint of tomato. Okay, this is unusual to be sure. I think it works. If you don't like heat, it's not going to work, but yeah, very drinkable. I guess you might have to have a strong stomach for this as well. I'm not sure how this is going to feel later. I can feel it. I can feel it all the way down. Well, and I'll have to see how about tomorrow as well, how this is. But interesting beer. I like it. I think I would probably be a sipper. The heat is a bit much to take, but yeah. You don't get many beers like this, and if you have a chance you want to try it out, please do. Okay, so from one of my favorite breweries in Japan, Shiga Kogen, Tamamura-Honten company. This is Shiga Kogen Habanero Man IPA, an Imperial IPA at 8% alcohol by volume, 71 international bittering units, and packed full of ripe habanero peppers. Give it a go, and boy, you might need a palate cleanser after this. I think I get a small glass of water. Okay, that is it for today. Please do take care. Hope to hear from you. Leave me a comment, and do take care. Bye-bye.